Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have a special video for you today. It's another home tour, except this one was designed by my design assistant, Kayla. You're gonna love this, so stay tuned. In the heart of Middle Tennessee, you'll find the tiny town of Bell Buckle. Filled with old homes, rolling hills, and grazing livestock, Bell Buckle is truly what Tennessee is all about. And in these hills lives our client, whose home we will be touring today. But first, I want to show you just how much work goes into designing a home. My team arrived to the client's house on the hottest day yet and began unloading everything off the truck.
It's so hot. Oh my gracious.
This house was empty when we started, and by the end of the day, it will have to be completed. This means all hands on deck. You know the phrase, it has to get worse before it can get better. That's what decorating day looks like. There's a mess in every room, but in the end, it will be beautiful.
Okay, so we are here at the job site. We wound up unpacking and the clients really loved the gray chairs that I brought for the master bedroom, but they're thinking they want them in the living room now. And I did not plan for that. So we're gonna improvise. It's gonna work out. Everything's gonna be fine, and we'll figure out the chair situation as we go. Today we are in the kids' rooms, and I am going to be helping Kayla accessorize and hang all the things, make the beds, get the bathrooms ready, and work on this side of the house.
So one thing that really helped that Kayla did is she labeled every little thing and where it's going in each room. It's really cut our time down. It's only an hour and a half in, and we've already got almost a whole room done.
I'm here with lunch. Just got here and brought lunch for the troops. There is a heat advisory today of all days, so I'm gonna make sure they're drinking their water, and once we eat lunch, I'm gonna pitch in and help. One of the things I like about this client is they're a little modern, and Kayla has done a great job of creating a modern design without making it feel cold. Sometimes I think when people hear the word modern, they think of it as being cold, but you're gonna see it is not.
Okay, so we are actually making really good time, and I'm very surprised right now. I think we've been at it for 3-ish hours, and we are getting most of the rooms, at least for the most part, put together. And I think that we're gonna make it. We'll see, but I think we're gonna make it.
It's gone great. It seems like we have had the heaviest pieces I've carried in 6 months today on the hottest day of the year, but it has turned out looking really awesome.
Hey guys, we are actually 8 hours in, and we are still going strong. We are in the last leg of the race. So we're really excited. Everything's coming together beautifully, and I am even more enamored with the design in person than I was on the mood board.
I was so proud of the hard work my team did on decorating day. After 10 hours of hard work, the client's pool was looking pretty enticing, but we resisted jumping in. And just like that, we did it. Time to go back to Murfreesboro and get a good night's rest. Before we begin this tour, let me tell you a little bit about the client. How long did you work with them?
They came to us in February, so
Okay.
only like 4 months.
Which seemed like a long time to us.
It did.
But their style was more modern and minimalistic.
Very much so.
So you're gonna see something a little different maybe than what we've showed before.
Yeah.
But let's talk about these doors before we go in.
I love these doors, and I'm so glad that they chose something that has 3/4 glass, because that gives a lot more natural light into the foyer, giving the illusion that the foyer is bigger than it actually is. So anytime you have a small entryway, that's a great thing to keep in mind.
Okay, let's go in. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Well, the foyer checks all the boxes. You have your reflective element with the mirror, lighting, which even though we have that natural lighting coming in from the door, it's still so important to have.
Yeah.
Because we do have nighttime.
Absolutely.
And then the beautiful picture across from that. And what I really love is this console. Tell me why you chose that console.
So I chose this console because it's a little thin. It had the perfect width, but we also needed to make sure the depth wasn't too chunky in the space. So we decided to go with something that only has about a 10-inch depth.
Which is hard to find.
So hard to find. Really tiny, but gives the illusion that it's so much bigger in here because we don't have such a chunky piece in the space.
I like that, and I really like that this one's a closed console.
We did closed, yes. A lot of people want to do an open bottom console, but we were doing both accent lights in here.
Right.
So you got to worry about cords and things like that.
Yes.
So I love a closed bottom console for an entryway, just out of personal preference, and especially if you have the space to be able to utilize that.
I love that. Okay. One of the things I really, really like is the large picture that you chose fills up that space. A lot of people go too small.
Yeah, size matters when it comes to decor.
It really does. And another thing I noticed is there's black in that frame. We see black in the lamps, a little bit of black in that sideboard, and it pulls all that together.
Yep, we wanted to keep that metal cohesive through the space, for sure.
Perfect. And another thing, a lot of people have struggles with an entryway rug. I can hardly say the entryway.
Entryway rug.
But an entryway rug, do they want to do the 3x5 in the front, or do they want to do the runner? Why did you choose the runner over putting a 3x5 in the front?
I like to choose a runner for an entryway because it keeps the eye going long. So it accents the length of this entryway space, giving the illusion that it's even longer than you think it is.
Okay.
So that's what I like to do.
I love it. Great job. All right, the office is right off of the entryway.
Yep.
So not only does it need to look beautiful because all the guests come through here, this is a smaller space. So tell me a little bit about how you pulled off the design in here.
Yes, okay, so that was something we needed to work around. You mentioned the space is really small, and what they had chosen for a desk and for a cabinet were a little bit on the larger side. So we had to find balance, which was very important. And we had to fit a lot of things in here.
Yeah.
We've got the desk, we've got the cabinet, we have a little seat in the corner. So we needed to hit all the points, but make sure that we had a good balance of everything. So one of the good things that I like to point out is by the cabinet, we hung 2 maps on either side, just to give some balance to that wall, because if we didn't, it would have just looked really heavy in the center and kind of off kilter. So adding those maps helped to give balance and also add a little pizzazz to the wall.
The great room is off the foyer. I love this room. Please tell me about it.
Okay, so the client really wanted something modern and minimalistic. So that's one of the reasons we chose such low profile furniture in here. Even though we have higher ceilings, a lot of people want to go big and gargantuan in furniture, and you don't always have to do that. Especially because we wanted to be able to get maximum seating in here. So we did 2 sofas and 2 chairs. So that gives seating for up to 8.
Okay.
They are a family of 5, so when they have company over, that's perfect for them. So we wanted to go a little bit more modern.
Well, and I think you did great. And to note, these are performance fabric.
They are. You've got kids. You got to have performance, in my opinion, if you've got kids.
I think if you live life, you need performance.
I would agree with that too.
Period. I love also that the coffee table that you chose is open and you pulled in some more of the black metal.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the TV area. That's interesting.
So I love the TV area, and again, to kind of play off their minimalistic style, we wound up going with a really large console versus doing built-ins. We did have a conversation about built-ins, but we decided against them because they lean a little bit traditional and they can be really chunky too. And again, for somebody who likes something really modern and clean lined, going with the console was really the best option for them.
And you know what, along the same thing you were saying about the rug, I chose the long rug in the foyer because it elongates the room. If they had done built-ins and the TV, even though we have a console that does come into the room, the bookends would have come in maybe the same amount, but visually it would have taken so much away.
So much space.
And I love that the console has that mesh wire in the front.
Yeah, we needed something open front.
And then so you put a console over here. We had room going that way, and a lamp, because you know what, you gotta have all the
You
light.
gotta have accent lighting.
So I love that you did that. And then let's talk about these drapes, because I love the drapes.
I love the drapes.
People are tired of hearing me say that. I know it. But I'm gonna say it
They
till
make the room. They really make the room.
Yeah.
And I love these drapes too. And I'm typically not a minimalist when it comes to drape patterns, but we decided to go minimal with this house. You'll see really light plaids, really light herringbone patterns, or solid white linen. That is it. That's the maximum of what we do. And that's because we really wanted texture to kind of be the main playful point of this home, rather than using a lot of bright, bold patterns and colors.
Because you've created a calm space, but the other thing is this. A lot of times when people want a modern or minimalistic look, how do you balance that but still make your house cozy and comfortable and inviting? I have been in some homes that are minimalistic and modern, and you don't feel that huggable vibe. And that's what you've created, both with texture and greenery and light. So well done. This house is open concept. Kitchen in the great room, which I love the open concept.
I do too, and I feel like if you have small children, it's a necessity. You can be able to watch your kids as they're in the living room. You can be able to have good conversation with people when you entertain. This is just the best layout for those that have.
You have to be a pretty neat person.
You do,
in the kitchen. But so when you decorated, designed in here, tell us a little bit about things you chose in the kitchen. Because it's just so beautiful.
We wanted to keep it, again, very clean, very simple. So you'll notice that we added very minimalistic accessories throughout. We just did a simple Lazy Susan on the island. We added some greenery pieces around the counters. We added some simple white pottery up top.
I saw that. That was beautiful.
Yes, just in the clear glass cabinet, so that way you can just add a little softness up there and make it not seem so bland and bare. But we just really went simple. So we want this to be functional. This is a kitchen. We don't want to clutter it.
But it still doesn't say model home.
No, we don't want it to say that.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well, let's look at the dining room. So gone are the days when we had the eating kitchen and the separate dining room. I love that now we're like, okay, because how many people use that separate dining room? It's usually a dumping station.
That's exactly right. It's a little too formal for you to use every day.
So in this design, it's still part of this open concept, but the round table is really...
I just love a round table. Like, the round table to me is the ultimate conversation table. So most people love to do long rectangular dining tables, and there's nothing wrong with that. We love a good rectangular dining table. But a round table is so inviting because every party at the table can look at each other and talk, and it can just, it can make everything flow. So if you are an entertainer, a round table may be a really good option for you. And another way too, a reason we did the round table was because this is such a square dining space.
And you have a door that goes out to this gorgeous pool.
And we have a door that goes out to the gorgeous pool. So for a good walkway and a path, we wanted to do a round table just to give a natural progression to that outside space.
And then you know me, I've got to have florals. But I love what you guys did.
We went
for the
simple.
centerpiece.
We went simple. You guys are going to be so sick of hearing the word minimalistic, but we went really simple for the floral piece on the table. We just did a little dough bowl with some moss in it, just to give some color, some life, but nothing that would take away from the simplicity of the room.
And it's perfect because you don't have to really move it. You've got enough space to sit and eat. So Kayla's really trying to tell you she had to have a lot of restraint on this job.
I did, because I am a more is more person for the most part.
Okay, let's go look at the master bedroom. This master bedroom is beautiful. This is the first time we have incorporated a 4-poster bed. Tell us why the bed is where it's at, because that's one of the things when you're designing a room. What's the focal point? The bed's the most important thing.
That's exactly right. So this is the wall that you see right when you first walk in the room. And that's typically the wall that you want your bed to be on, is that wall you first see. So that way it really captures your attention, invites you in immediately. And so that's why we put it on this wall in the space.
And I love it. Of course, the light fixture, I just can't say enough about that. I love any light fixture with the beading on it. Your light fixture is your jewelry of the outfit. It really needs to pop.
That's exactly right. And we wanted something a little bit more luxurious and romantic for a master bedroom. I no longer call this the master suite. It is the master oasis because it truly is an oasis in here.
It really is. So what you added was the 2 nightstands.
Yep.
And then we've got the dresser over here. And again, you have made room for a chair and a lamp to sit and read.
Absolutely. Just a little space if they want to sit, have a cup of coffee, tie their shoes. They can have that here in their master suite.
And then again, we did the drapes in here, very simple, just a white linen.
We did the drapes in here, and we actually wound up, instead of doing 2 panels per rod, we did 1 panel per rod. And we did that because there's such a, there's a little bit more chunkiness when it comes to the furniture in here. So we just wanted to frame the furniture.
You're just softening it. I love it.
Just add softness.
Well done. We are now in the 16-year-old's room. That's right off the great room. Now, when I first came to see this house with you, I was like, this is a great master bedroom, and it wasn't.
No, the drapery installer had the same confusion because it's a big room.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This is bigger than my master bedroom.
Yeah, the oldest gets the biggest space.
They do.
And
They do.
I think that it turned out pretty great.
I thought it turned out great, and she is also minimalistic,
Very much so.
which I don't hear that a lot with 16-year-olds.
I know, but this 16-year-old really wanted a simple color palette, grays and whites only, and she didn't want a lot of furniture. She just wanted a little sitting space, a little vanity space, and then her bed and her nightstand. I mean, so we kept it really simple in here.
You did, but it's still very, very inviting, and good job on the bedding.
Hey, thanks. That bedding is gorgeous.
I know. I'm really anxious to see the next bedroom. What do you call the next girl's bedroom?
She's a little bit more funky fun.
Funky fun?
Yeah.
Little boho,
A little
and glam?
boho, a little glam, all the
Okay.
things.
And you were happy to do that room because it had a little color.
Oh, I love color.
Okay, well, let's go see it. This room is very happy.
I think so.
Soft pinks, a little bit of a peach look.
Yep.
Tell me about this room.
Okay, so we actually had a couple of conflicting styles here. So the 14-year-old loves boho. She loves that like fun rattan and the textures and the minimalist style, but with loud color. Whereas I think Mom wanted to go a little bit more glam in the space and a little bit more traditional. So we've got a little bit more of a glamorous light fixture and a glamorous
mirror.
floor-length mirror, and even the bed is a little bit traditional. So we had to find a good balance.
Yeah.
And I think we did so by incorporating the soft pinks, the soft blues, the whites, but marrying in some fun rattan, this little dream catcher behind me.
The baskets on the wall.
The baskets,
I loved those.
yes. So we tried to incorporate the best of both worlds to bring a good balance and make this space feel like her.
And you did that. You pulled all the styles together. I think people worry so much they have to be this style, they have to be that style.
Yeah.
It's about knowing how to implement it all together.
That's exactly right. You've got to find balance.
And I want to say something else too. You know, even clients that come see us, they're like, okay, everything's going to come from JD's, or where do I find this expensive stuff? A good designer who has a good eye can go to HomeGoods, can go to Hobby Lobby, can go to Kirkland's and implement things that look expensive, like the pictures that you put on each side of the nightstand. I would have thought came from one of our more expensive vendors, and they did not. They came from.
They were from Target, and they were
look
$80
gorgeous.
for the set of 2, and they're stunning.
Beautiful. So, well, good job.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome. This is the 7-year-old boy's room.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love you did nautical, but I loved that you did a room that he can grow in and add more things to.
Absolutely. That is one thing that was really important to me, was making sure this was a room that he can grow into over time. Something that didn't age him to 7.
Yeah.
But something that even a 14-year-old, 15-year-old would still be really proud of.
Oh, and I heard he loved it.
He did. He loved it, which made my heart so happy.
We're up in the bonus room.
Yep.
Got a few more things we're gonna do up here, correct?
Yes.
What else is going on in here?
We are going to add a pool table to the space that is near the single window.
Okay.
We've even added a little bar / bistro set over to the side, so that way whenever you're playing pool, you have a space to put your drinks.
Yep.
If the kids want to come up here and have a meal, something like that, they have a little area that they can sit, and it's easier clean.
And I love that the stools go right under there, so
They
if
tuck
someone's
right
just
under.
gonna play pool and someone's sitting, trying not to get in the way, they can sit there.
Yep, just grab a bar stool, pull it up, and you can just sit
Okay,
around the table.
I love that. And one of my favorite things in this room is the coffee table that you chose, and
yeah.
then the smaller console under the TV. We know most all TVs are getting mounted on the wall now.
Yep.
But you need something under it, even if you don't have a DVD player or all that. Otherwise, you just look like the TV's floating there.
That's exactly right. You need something to distribute that weight.
Yes.
So we added a console under the TV. It also gives them an opportunity if they need to set their gaming stations
Yes.
and things like that on it. So we added that for a little balance.
And it worked out really well. And again, you added drapes up here,
I
so
added
it made
drapes.
it look cozy.
You'll notice these drapes are the same ones that are in the office. We loved that plaid so much that we wanted to carry it into another space in the house, and this was the perfect one to do it.
It is, and to me, because you didn't throw in a bunch of color and it's a simple, easy plaid, it's almost like another texture to the design.
Absolutely.
I love it, so good job.
Thanks.
Kayla, this has been your first job where you did an entire house. Tell me how
from
you
top to
feel
bottom.
about it. I know there's so much nerves and all, but tell me how you
There were
feel.
so many nerves at first, but I feel great about it. I feel like it was so much easier to accomplish than at the very beginning, whenever I first started to do this. And so I just have been on enough jobs with you, and we've done model homes, we've done apartment complexes, and I feel like I've learned enough from you to be able to do it myself. And so I thank you for that. And I know you've got a course coming out here in the next little bit, a couple months. Yep. And I'm really excited for other people to be able to learn from you the way that I did, and to be able to get the knowledge to be able to do something like this, whether it be their own homes or the homes of other people. I think that's really exciting. And thank you for being able to share your knowledge and being willing to do that. A lot of people aren't willing to do that, and I just thank you for that.
Well, I love how happy it's made you.
Oh, very much so.
And in your words, I'm living the dream.
I'm living the dream.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you watching, and we love these home tours. Hope to have more coming soon. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, because we're going to have some more videos coming out later. Thank you.